The beaches on the small Philippine island of Boracay are considered among the best in the world, so it's no surprise that it's been on Maureen's travel to-do list for years. The trip from Macau to Boracay is done in stages. First you take a plane to Manila, the Philippines' sprawling capital, then hop a small turboprop to Cataclan, an airport on Panay Island. But there's more. From the airport you walk to Cataclan Jetty, teeming with outrigger ferry boats, and catch a ride across about a kilometer of water to Boracay. We traveled with our Macau buddy Janice, a Scot by way of Hong Kong and Calgary. Janice is up for anything, including a ride to the hotel in the back of a fintail, a pickup truck taxi that she found
exciting and engaging.
Fintails are among the more luxurious forms of transportation in Boracay, where the streets are dominated by tricycles, motorcycles with passenger sidecars that can carry 5 people legally and are usually laden down with 7 or more. Our destination was the Boracay Beach Club and its beachfront bar, Ariel's House. The accommodation is decidedly 3-star, but the facilities are comfortable and the staff is outstanding. Within a couple of days you feel like a part of an extended family. And yes, the beach is truly remarkable. 5 kilometers of pristine sand as fine as flour, with ideal swimming conditions along its entire length. The hotel is near Willie's Rock, a unique volcanic formation that is a Boracay landmark. Visitors wade out and climb a short stairway to visit a small shrine to the Virgin Mary. Maureen was content just to sit on the beach, especially since she could shop while she sunbathed. But the beach isn't just for sitting. It's lined with restaurants and bars and teeming with people on a constant festive migration, day and night. Halfway along the beach is D Mall, as in the mall, a maze-like plaza of stores, restaurants, and entertainment where sand replaces pavement. Like everything else on Boracay, it's adjacent to a gorgeous stretch of beach. We joined the throng in D Mall one night to eat at Sima, a Greek restaurant that may be the most popular eatery in Boracay, in part because of its great food, but also because of its friendly staff. Then we strolled down the beach to catch a show in one of the many shorefront lounges. The next day we had arranged to rent a tour boat to do some snorkeling with Kevin, a colleague from the International School of Macau who was also on the island. The bay is teeming with outriggers looking for passengers every morning. Even while out at sea, you're never far from floating vendors, like this coconut salesman. Maureen sampled his wares. After a few hours of snorkeling at various reefs, our guide took us to a secluded cove for a shoreside lunch. I immediately immersed myself in grilled prawns and Iron Horse, a strong Philippine beer. Maureen had other priorities.
100 for this, and this is for Claire. What's your name? This is Daisy. Daisy. Give me the rosary true. My friend Claire will pray forever you.
At one end of the beach there's a dramatic volcanic outcrop with a walkway leading to more shrines. Strolling along here one day, we ran into Glenn Picard, Janice's son. He lives in Singapore, but decided to come up and spend a few days with us in Boracay with his girlfriend, Teresa. Like us, Janice has 2 boys and a girl, in that order. And like us, the eldest, Glenn, lives in Asia. We met some Canadian educators working in Korea and pooled our resources to rent a van to do some touring the next day. We visited a makeshift zoo near the windy summit of the island, and then watched the kite surfers on the wild north shore. Then we headed to Di Talipapa, Tagalog for fish market, to see what we could buy for dinner. All manner of local seafood is for sale here. Glenn bargained for a sackload of prawns, while Maureen and I scouted out a fat local sea bass. We rounded out our provisioning with a variety of vegetables from the stalls surrounding the fish market and dropped it all off back at the hotel with instructions to the kitchen staff to have it grilled by 9 p.m. Then we headed to Boracay's swankiest resort, the Shangri-La, just in time for its sangria and tapas happy hour. The hotel was all dressed up for Chinese New Year, so Maureen and Teresa just had to have a picture. When we got back to our hotel after a wild sunset ride on tricycles, our dinner was waiting, and we had a marvelous feast. The hotel served us beachside, let us bring our own wine, and charged us about $20 Canadian for all the cooking and serving. The next day we took advantage of the sunset sail that was included in the price of our hotel room. The outrigger sailboats mass on shore just before the sun goes down.
I'm out here sailing in the... What ocean am I in? What is this? I'm going to say the Pacific Ocean with my friends Glenn and Teresa and Janice. And your name, sir?
Bert.
Bert! Ah! I have an Uncle Bert.
Our last day we ventured out to Ariel's Point, a rock bluff with patios and lookouts studded with diving boards at various points above the heaving surf. Here people drink too much and fling their bodies from improbable heights. It looked like fun, but our style was more sedate, sipping G&Ts on the rooftop lounge of the Boracay Beach Club and watching the dazzling sunset. It definitely had its own rewards.